welcome back to the Conversation Corner. I am your host, Jack Mathers. With you as always... Oh, wait. Hold on. We've got a new crew. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Keith, coming for his first ever co-host show. We have the famous Larry Carino, Hayden Lorette, Keaton Cossey. We've got Chris LeBrake, and another special guest.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm Michael Ellsworth.
Michael Ellsworth. Everybody, round of applause. Today's topic is going to get a little offhand. We're coming at you really, really hard at first. Topic for today. Are you fingering your own hands?
I didn't do anything.
Don't talk about Liam like he's fingering your hand, okay? Gee. Our topic for today is radical idealism and possibly ideas for overpopulation. This is a topic that I've talked about to Liam and Chris for some time now.
What's radical idealism?
Radical idealism. Like, Muslims. Preferably the radical ones.
Sharia law?
So, radical anything?
Radical anything. Mm-hmm. I wanted
like,
to give some insight.
Radical waves.
Those are a problem.
Talk about whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's in the realm of the topic.
Stay PG-13 or not?
PG-13 or rated R as you want it to be.
Ooh, okay.
Alright.
So,
I don't like Muslims.
Okay. Hayden, thank you.
Why not?
They blow people up for no reason. Including themselves.
It's almost like the kamikazes.
Alright, why are they here?
it's a good question.
That's why we have Trump.
Ooh,
Trying to keep him out.
Pop,
So-
you're not getting his food.
If you were to pick one race to get rid of completely, what would it be?
Oh my God, if any of you say that, Asian. Muslims are a religion, not a race.
It's not my bad.
That's still a religion.
That's the religion.
Wait, what was the question?
A
If you were
race
to
is
get rid of
Middle
any
Eastern?
race, what would it be?
Muslim people.
1600 meters.
Middle Eastern.
Middle Eastern
Fuck
is
the
typically
mile.
Caucasian. That's white people.
Yeah,
Alright.
Yes,
The
it
kind
is.
that blow people up. I want to get rid of that kind of race of people.
I guess that's
I know we can
Some race. All right. Okay. We'll accept that.
okay.
I guess.
What's the point of Africa? They don't do anything.
Yeah.
They complain about water, but
Yo,
they live
big
next to
batteries
the biggest
for
That's where they
ocean
bless the rains.
I
Down in Africa.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was like that Rome.
You are a. Sit down.
Just sit down. Ruby's a good dog.
Act like you're dead.
Ruby's a good
Dude,
dog.
you'd stub your toe and that shit would hurt more.
Honestly, keep. Alright, so basically,
Keep
that
still staring dog.
Rome,
Nothing
like
changed.
2,000
One
years
person at a
ago,
time.
Rome, like 2,000 years ago, was more advanced than Africa is now. Which
Greece 2,000 years ago was more advanced than Africa has probably ever will be.
Look at the fucking Romans.
Ethiopia was pretty advanced.
Keith, it's a dog. It's not gonna chomp your nutsack
it
off.
is a
Just sit down,
9-year-old
chillax.
dog. For English, the essay that we have being a subject, and I was gonna do racism. That doesn't come as much into play as my book, but I was looking up some racism stuff before, and it's like Africa's bad.
The podcast ends there. Africa's bad.
No, it was like Africa is in the bad state it is now due to a lot of exploitation from other nations. Like, you know, back when the British were like killing a bunch of...
That was India.
Fantastic.
No, not the British.
India.
No, whatever that dude's name was. He was Dutch.
Yeah.
The Dutch were killing like all the elephants and stuff. And
They were
basically-
killing like the elephants.
They were killing the elephants.
So what did the Africans do about killing the elephants?
They were enslaved. So they
And what happened for 100 years?
They
Were
they
enslaved.
then were slaves and either would escape or just die or just live.
Horrors of the
trade.
Congo.
Just
Just to settle the atmosphere. We're all sitting around a nice, slightly lit table. There's a
Talking about
nice drizzle of snow outside,
It's
and we're
fucking
all sipping
disgusting.
on some tea.
We're white.
Yeah.
Well,
To be fair, I haven't watched
Hold on a minute.
We forgot one.
95%.
50%, right? So that's a whole Asian. Technically, there's a whole Asian person here.
Yeah.
I'm 50% on my mom's side.
Well, do we
I'm
count-
50% on my mother's side, therefore if we
I'm
have a
just
child,
American.
100%
Do we
Asian.
count Russia as Asian? Or is
I'm
it
just
No.
stupid
Russia
Italian.
is more European. Here's a cookie.
Well,
No.
maybe. I might be a
Well,
cousin.
We're
in
American.
Russia? Where in
We're
Russia? Are
American.
you like European Russia or Eurasian? What's called Eurasian?
Probably more Middle East.
That's either gonna taste
Probably
really
more
good or
Middle East
really
than
bad.
Russia, like the Caucasus.
Middle
He's
East
like,
Russia
this
would
tastes like
technically
ass.
be like Asia then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, bad,
Central, Middle Eastern,
Asian Russia.
you know. Yeah. But they look more white.
The
Yeah,
Ru-
Russians
the
are definitely
white
more of
Russian
a
Asian.
European nation, I consider.
They look more European, yeah.
than Asian.
Have we ever had any wars where we killed Russians?
Yes.
Crimean War, the British.
See?
And
We're
also,
filming
the
facts.
Korean War, we fought them in air.
Here we do.
Did we fight against the Russians in World War I?
No,
No.
they were on our side.
They're on our side.
They just wanted the Jews to be like, hey, listen,
Leave.
leave
The
so that
program.
we can take over the land.
Exactly.
We'll protect you, but just get off our land.
Please
Like,
leave.
you can live on a collective farm.
And then they killed them anyway.
And then they died.
Wow, that's
They-
what
they
you get for
killed
being
them.
Ukrainian. Nah, crowd here. Anyways,
May I have the honey?
I'm just gonna sip.
Are
straight
you
from the
drinking
Okay.
honey?
what do you think about the Crimean conflict, for those of you that know about it
I
right
don't
now?
know about
the
it.
Russians taking Crimea from Ukraine.
Okay, honestly, I think
I
that
do know.
there
I don't
should
suggest
be
fighting
allowed to
back.
take it. I think they should be allowed to take
Exactly.
it.
Have you heard the quotes of the Crimeans saying that they belong to Russia and they're actually they should be a republic of Russia, but Ukraine just won't let it go.
Honestly, I don't think that it'll go over too well, and the government, they're just gonna be like, "Bitch, what do you want a republic of Russia for?"
Exactly.
They're just gonna be like, listen, we're not dealing with your bull today, okay?
Yeah, honestly.
And the funny thing is, the Russians actually invaded Crimea in 2014, and
This is where Crimea is located,
Oh.
related to Russia and Ukraine.
yeah.
Okay, so Crimea is technically,
It's right under Ukraine.
it's right under Ukraine. Yeah,
It's right next to Russia. It's real close.
honestly, if they were smart, they should just have sanctions where Crimea can be its own very small country apart from Russia and
Kind of like
Ukraine.
Yeah.
What's the city at the tip?
Well, it could be a. What they would probably
that's a good
happen is they'd be a puppet state of the Russian government.
No,
the Russian Federation.
Do you think they're gonna file for an actual declaration of war?
Is Ukraine a democracy?
Officially, they already have.
They already have.
They already have. Yes, the
Ukraine.
Russians are fighting Ukraine right now.
Well, Larry, this is it's a very controversial debate.
I think the
Yes.
most important thing about this is
The-
the Takis are cold.
You want to throw them back in the oven?
most of the international community
Doesn't like Russia.
doesn't like Russia. They're not seeing the logical side of it. You'll find in most of the
Bernie
arguments.
Sanders
they're
run for
Yeah,
president
even when
again.
Russia's
What
right, they don't like to
happens?
admit it
Exactly.
because
He's
of
just
past
gonna
Russian
fail it.
actions.
Somebody needs to take him and all the bagels and lentils
Like,
and put them
uh,
in
Mostly
the
because of Cold War, I would think,
Mm-hmm.
and because we still.
They're the biggest. They're one of the biggest economic competitors too.
Thank you.
Let me stand up and relax really quickly, away from the dog.
You two are.
Okay, so
No,
We-
don't go that way.
we-
There's a little bitch over there.
briefly touched upon the Crimean conflict. Now let's look at something else.
Not the Crimean conflict.
No, well, yes, not the Crimean.
Did Bush do 9/11?
Yeah.
We can discuss that too.
I would say yes.
Mr.
I think-
Shrigley says yes. We did the physics apparently in class.
It's quite believable. I think.
Yeah, apparently the Jets should have been able to shoot that plane down in time, according to Mr. Shrigley. We could have scrambled
I
fighters.
think.
How many
George
of you think that China is stealing blueprints from our products here in the U.S.?
Oh, I totally believe it.
I'm not allowed to
I'd
talk
say
about
it's
this.
likely.
No,
it's
here's-
probable.
My government says
Confidential.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
What
Sorry.
kind of
I have to
No, wait a
leave.
minute.
Now,
What kind of products?
here's first
Oh,
off, there
how to
was a
make
big
tacos.
debate on whether they were stealing blueprints from one of our cell phone companies.
I think so.
But here's the real question: do you think that they're gonna be able to sell said products
Hard
in
to
the
know.
U.S. now? Do you think Trump's gonna try and raise taxes for them to
Well,
import?
I
how would they
have.
find out?
a
He's
really-
already been doing that.
Yeah.
You already got rid of some sort of.
I have a really good example for you for this, and I think it'll help explain this a lot more. The Russians sold their surplus weapons from World War II to the Chinese.
The Vietnamese.
No, they sold them to the Chinese, and the Chinese copied.
Did you just
those
say that
plans.
Hold on, we're gonna stop something for a second. I think Larry just said that Chinese were Vietnamese.
No, that's not what I said. I said
He believed that the Russians sold weapons to the
where'd the
Vietnamese, not the
PPSHs
Chinese.
come from in Vietnam?
The Chinese.
The Chinese.
I'm
The Chinese.
getting
The
to
Chinese
that
weren't
point.
even like in Vietnam whatsoever.
Okay. We're off topic. Let's get back to the
The
Chinese.
Chinese were not
So-
in
Continue.
Vietnam.
The Russians sold weapons to the Chinese as a good faith, and
That didn't last long.
yeah, no, it didn't. The
Chris,
Chinese
we
went.
can't be friends. I'm sorry.
We can't be friends. Dude, you're just insulting me.
Well, they're
Damn
kind of
Russians.
friends. They're kind of friends now.
That's fair.
There we go.
The Chinese went behind their backs and they started mass producing all the Russian weapons because they reverse engineered them, which they're really good at. They can take plans and they can take apart equipment that is given.
Why?
Yeah.
Wow.
Get out of here.
Watching a
So they went behind the Russians' backs and
Alright,
started
keep on
making
going.
all this equipment, and then they mass produced it and sold it around the world.
Thanks.
Most Kalashnikovs, AK-47s that you see around the world aren't actually Soviet made. They're Chinese repops
Mhm.
or reproductions,
The SKSs.
just like the SKSs. The Chinese sold weapons to a bunch of people. And they do that to America as well. They're slightly better quality than the ones they use, but they still sell them. They could easily do this with consumer goods, such as cell phones or toys or branding. You see the Chinese Dora the Explorer ripoffs of like the backpacks and the keyboards, and they don't.
Oh, yeah, the thick Apple
They
stores.
do this, but they don't pull it off successfully. They sell them in large quantities for cheap to poor countries.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Taiwan.
Exactly.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, I forgot.
So there's a little bit of history behind that. They have been known to do this a lot, so I think it's very probable and likely that they would do this to cell phones, and I think they are doing it actually.
Yeah, they
Don't we
they make their
willingly
freak
send it?
iPhones and shit.
Don't we like willingly
Everything's
send
rip-off.
our plans to them though?
My
Like,
dad bought a
production plans?
Chinese phone. He
Chinese
loves
phones
it.
are good, apparently.
Good.
Yo, they made a Chinese phone that like folds and it's amazing.
Uh-huh.
It like folds in half.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean how they ripped off
It's called a
Samsung?
piece of paper.
No, they did it. They did it for
Stone
some
tablets.
place called like I think it was Highway, but it's not spelled Highway obviously. But they did it better
Yes.
than Samsung did.
Well, like I said, sometimes they do good quality reproductions, or even better.
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Please
well
don't.
let's finish up
You
on the
wanna watch
Chinese
that?
production.
Okay.
Is there any more points that you guys would like to
The
add? to that?
Chinese
No.
production.
No. Okay.
Mm.
Perfect.
I think we'll move on from it.
Okay.
That was good. That was a good.
So
That was a
it
good
was
little
like-
side note.
It was like world problems, right? Basically, is topic.
World problems. Now I want to tackle
Africa
overpopulation.
Wants too much
Water
water.
population.
Cannibalism.
Okay,
That's the only
hold
way.
on. Before we
The
get
next to
anywhere,
an ocean.
we're gonna get to Larry's right now.
They're next
Okay.
to an ocean, and they still want more water, and it makes no sense.
Here's why.
We can't afford
It's fucking salt water.
So
you
fix
moron.
it. So fix the salt water.
How do you make
They're
it
gonna
mix
boil
the
the
salt
ocean.
water?
They're gonna boil the salt off the ocean.
Yes.
Kill everything in it.
Do you want to know why water's so salty? It's because fish piss in it.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
No, whale tears, guys. Come on.
Okay.
They're sad.
Yeah, but there's like salt flats all over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That too.
it's from the ocean too.
Can you imagine just swimming and you get jizzed up by a whale?
I'd rather not.
Okay. Larry's
Real clever,
answer.
real clever.
Larry's question has been answered.
It didn't happen. It's a lie.
person at a
There's
time, guys.
not
Hold
6
on,
million
hold
One
on,
person at a
hold
time.
on. We'll get back to
There's
this.
just one really big.
We'll get back to this. Now,
Of course.
since the 2017 or 2018 consensus, there are, 8 billion people?
There's almost 8 billion.
I think
There's a lot.
it just crossed the threshold.
I think
for
we need a
8 billion. I'm not
mass
sure though.
holocaust.
I remember hearing something about that.
As time passes on, the Earth is gonna.
Die.
It's not gonna die. We're gonna get
Well,
close to
we're-
killing our entire ecosystem, and chances are the Earth is gonna do its own thing and take us out on its own. I don't think that we're gonna kill each other through some nuclear war. I think it's gonna be us
like a
killing our
disease.
own.
I don't know. You see,
We're gonna kill our own
what
kind.
about
slowly.
Pakistan and India? How they go to war like every couple years? They've
Well,
gone to war like 7 times.
Here's the
since
thing: they both have
1974.
access to nuclear weapons.
Exactly.
But they're both
3
agreeing that
They said,
But they both don't.
they
use
said
them.
since India is one of the most populated
they threaten
countries in the
to,
world,
they
they were saying that
Okay, back.
300 million, like millions and millions of people would die if there was a nuclear war between those 2 countries.
I mean, that would fix a few things.
But here's
because
also-
they're third, even though they're the third world country, they're one of the most populated cities
Exactly.
in the entire world. Other than I think
India's
Japan
top
comes in
5.
second.
China,
Yeah,
China's
I'd say
number
if we
1.
wiped out India, that'd be a good idea.
that would take out a lot.
Whoa.
Said the white child.
Well,
Back to what I said before, though.
they stopped making me.
I was correct before, although I was off by a few numbers. Since the consensus of May 2018, there are 7.6 billion people.
And you round it to 8 billion. I mean,
Around 8 billion.
I mean, it's gonna reach
7
8 billion by 2020. I guarantee it.
7.5 billion people, I'd say.
yeah, I mean everybody is.
The fact of the matter
And
is,
the most is China. Or wait,
There's
no.
too many
Second
people.
is India.
Ooh, we
oh, it was right. Oh,
Well,
okay.
third
we
is
need to go
US.
over abortions. I think late term
Oh, okay.
abortions.
Well, we'll get to that in
We
a
should
second.
definitely-
That's the second
Other-
part of overpopulation. I personally think it's just going to be us killing ourselves over some sort of disease, or better yet,
Black
we're
Death
just
comes back.
Black Death comes out. Things do come in cycles, though. That's
That
the
is
thing.
true.
The Earth does its own thing in cycles.
I'm sorry.
Global warming, do you think that's really something that politicians worry
No.
about? Never. Want to know why? Because
Still be dead
they're...
before it's a problem for them.
Yeah, it's not a problem for them. They just want money.
Money's cool though.
Money's cool for some people, Hayden.
But like,
What are you going to do about the Ethiopians? They're starving. You going to fix that? No, they're going to be the
Ethiopia-
first to die.
Ethiopia's fine.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, League of Nations is never gonna do anything for them.
look
so
at
it's okay.
what their governments are doing for them as well.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Zip.
They can't help themselves. They can't successfully get anywhere.
Dog, stop
Which is
putting
why
your
I think
nose in my face.
It's because business and markets down there,
Are-
over there, are corrupt.
they are.
No one's going to fix that shit.
You want one of the largest exports of Africa is still today? Slaves.
Mhm.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Like diamond mines, sex
Mhm.
slaves.
Oh,
organ-
okay. Yeah.
Illegal
Diamonds.
slavery.
Mhm.
It's illegal, but people still do it.
Chris, I think we need to go over the argument of bullpup rifles. I think that is an argument that is.
That's for another day.
That is
It's not
pretty rare.
politicians today. It's not
I mean, like, it's like saying, let's talk about Pokemon for a minute. There's a huge overpopulation of different species. Let's just select it down to, like, Cubchews. Alright? They're freaking adorable. Imagine if there were 7.6 billion Cubchews. They're the most adorable things ever, but what's gonna happen?
We killed them
A
all.
lot of them.
Exactly.
We have a mass
We
genocide.
screw up
of
their
them.
freaking ecosystem, and then it's gonna bring it all the way back up to the highest predator and kill us because we want nothing to eat. Like I read something recently that like salmon are going extinct. How does a fish species go extinct? It's because we freaking pollute
Mhm.
rivers. It's
We farm
ridiculous.
them. We farm them.
We
too.
pee in
We
their
do
water.
farming. It's ridiculous, and they
It's-
think that's what helps. and it
We,
doesn't.
we
It doesn't
pee in their
help because
pool.
we're killing all the ones we
It's
farm.
not making them wild. It's making them become bred into being
Inbred.
Interesting.
inbred.
Interesting
Practically.
fact: they actually dye the salmon because they're gray when they.
Because they're
Yeah,
when
they-
they farm them. They
Yeah,
they're
they come
gray.
out like green and speckled, and they're
Mhm.
supposed to thrive in a natural
The reason
river
salmon
stream.
are red like that is
Yeah.
because they eat
Specific diet.
colored organisms.
They have a
Exactly.
specific
Sperm.
diet, and we're ruining it.
They eat colored
We
sperm.
feed them. I heard from one source, like what we feed chickens and pigs.
So now, what do you think we're gonna do for our overpopulation? Are we gonna kill our own ecosystem, or should we start killing off people?
I don't know. We already
Hey,
do that with
What do you
abortions.
think Hitler tried to do?
Exactly.
What if
I mean,
Here's the
Hitler?
problem.
Imagine how many more
Here's the
people
problem.
there would
Here's
be.
the problem. He didn't like the belief of the Jewish religion.
No, see, there's a difference between Thanos and Hitler.
Okay, I'm turning
Thanos
the
did
mic
it-
around.
Thanos did it random. It's like flipping a coin, 50-50. Hitler did a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
He targeted a group of people.
Those he
groups.
did not agree with. Thanos
He didn't
was
Just
care.
completely
just said
unbiased.
half the
So we need a
universe.
dictator
He
like
no,
Thanos.
I'm not saying Thanos was right.
I don't
But
think
if we
Thanos was
had to
right
do
at
something,
all.
yeah.
He does not have the decision to
He's-
kill off half
Of the
of an entire universe that still grows by the second. It's absurd. Organisms can be born through an explosion to create a planet, and then we just up and say, no. Sorry, sister, you're not gonna live for another, I don't know, 2 billion years.
Like, why'd we even kill dodo birds?
I mean,
Okay, first off, volcanoes.
We need to go over transgenders. I think that's a big
No,
problem.
that's a different podcast.
That's a different day.
I think that's a
different
big,
day.
big problem.
That's Conversation Corner episode
69?
7. We've got to build into it, buddy.
We
We'll
need
talk
to go
about
over
Trump.
abortions.
A different day.
Uh-oh.
Abortions.
I feel we should just have the TSA randomly select people.
I
was gonna say.
Just let everyone through the airport. If you can get on the plane, you're
Dude,
good.
every Muslim would be dead.
Hey,
They don't
we
That'd be a good
we-
thing.
We don't know that.
That means no more Islam.
And everyone's lighter. And half the wars would be gone.
And we wouldn't have any
all
water.
the wars.
But
All
that's
we do is
besides
fight dirty.
Like I said, I told you.
Cut that
I'm
one out.
gonna find a